Are you constantly tired, forgetful, or just feel off? Do you wake up in the morning feeling like you never slept at all? Maybe you experience muscle cramps that come out of nowhere, or your mind feels foggy throughout the day. You might think this is just part of getting older, but what if I told you it might not be your age at all? What if there's a simple explanation for why you feel this way, and more importantly, what if there's something you can do about it? I'm Dr. Harold Whitman, and I've been studying nutrition and age-related health issues for over 25 years. Today, we're going to talk about something that could completely change how you feel every single day. We're talking about magnesium, often called the master mineral, and it's something that 40% of people over 60 are seriously deficient in. Most people have never heard of magnesium deficiency, yet it's one of the most common nutritional problems affecting older adults today. This isn't just about taking another supplement. This is about understanding how one missing piece of the puzzle could be the reason you're not feeling like yourself anymore. Let me start by explaining what magnesium actually does in your body, because once you understand this, everything else will make perfect sense. Magnesium is involved in over 300 different biochemical processes in your body. Think about that for a moment. 300 processes. That means magnesium is working behind the scenes in virtually every system in your body every single day. Magnesium is essential for regulating your blood pressure. It helps your blood vessels relax and contract properly, which is crucial for maintaining healthy circulation. Without adequate magnesium, your blood vessels can become stiff and narrow, leading to elevated blood pressure readings that seem to come out of nowhere. This mineral also plays a critical role in muscle and nerve function. Every time you move, every time your heart beats, every time you breathe, magnesium is involved. It helps your muscles contract and then relax properly. Without enough magnesium, your muscles can stay in a state of tension, leading to cramps, spasms, and that feeling of constant tightness. Your brain depends heavily on magnesium too. This mineral helps regulate neurotransmitters, the chemical messengers that allow your brain cells to communicate with each other. When magnesium levels are low, this communication becomes disrupted, leading to problems with memory, concentration, and overall cognitive function. Sleep is another area where magnesium plays a vital role. It helps activate the parasympathetic nervous system, which is responsible for helping you feel calm and relaxed. Magnesium also helps regulate melatonin, the hormone that controls your sleep-wake cycle. Without adequate magnesium, falling asleep and staying asleep becomes much more difficult. Your digestive system relies on magnesium as well. It helps the muscles in your digestive tract contract and relax in the proper rhythm, moving food through your system efficiently. Low magnesium can lead to constipation, bloating, and other digestive issues that seem to develop with age. Energy production is perhaps one of the most important functions of magnesium. At the cellular level, magnesium is required for the production of ATP, which is essentially the energy currency of your cells. Without adequate magnesium, your cells literally cannot produce energy efficiently, leaving you feeling tired and sluggish no matter how much you rest. Now that you understand what magnesium does, let's talk about the signs that you might be deficient. These symptoms are often dismissed as normal aging, but they could actually be your body's way of telling you that you need more magnesium. Muscle cramps and twitching are among the most common early signs of magnesium deficiency. You might notice cramping in your legs at night, or twitching in your eyelids or other muscles. These symptoms occur because without adequate magnesium, your muscles cannot relax properly after contracting. Anxiety and sleep problems often go hand in hand with magnesium deficiency. You might find yourself feeling anxious or worried for no apparent reason, or you might lie awake at night with your mind racing. This happens because magnesium deficiency affects the nervous system's ability to maintain calm and balance. Brain fog is another telltale sign. You might find yourself walking into a room and forgetting why you came there, or struggling to find the right words during conversations. You might feel like your thinking is just not as sharp as it used to be. Fatigue that doesn't improve with rest is a major red flag for magnesium deficiency. This isn't the kind of tiredness that goes away after a good night's sleep. This is the kind of exhaustion that seems to persist no matter how much you rest, because your cells literally cannot produce energy efficiently without adequate magnesium. Irregular heartbeat or heart palpitations can also be related to magnesium deficiency. Your heart is a muscle, and like all muscles, it depends on magnesium to function properly. When magnesium levels are low, the heart's rhythm can become irregular, or you might feel like your heart is skipping beats. Headaches and migraines often increase in frequency when magnesium levels are low. This happens because magnesium helps regulate blood vessel function and neurotransmitter activity in the brain. Without enough magnesium, blood vessels can constrict abnormally and brain chemistry can become imbalanced. Constipation is another common symptom that many people don't realize is connected to magnesium deficiency. The muscles in your digestive tract need magnesium to contract and relax in the proper rhythm. When magnesium is low, food moves through your system more slowly. So, why are so many people over 60 deficient in magnesium? There are several reasons, and understanding them can help you take steps to address the problem. First, as we age, our ability to absorb magnesium from food decreases. The stomach produces less acid, which is needed to break down and absorb minerals like magnesium. Additionally, the intestines become less efficient at absorbing nutrients over time. Many medications commonly prescribed to older adults can also deplete magnesium levels. Blood pressure medications, particularly diuretics, can cause magnesium to be lost through urine. Proton pump inhibitors, commonly used for acid reflux, can reduce magnesium absorption. Even some antibiotics can interfere with magnesium levels. Chronic stress, which unfortunately becomes more common as we age due to health concerns, financial worries, and other life changes, can also deplete magnesium. When you're stressed, your body uses more magnesium, and chronic stress can literally drain your magnesium stores over time. Modern food processing and soil depletion have also contributed to lower magnesium levels in our food supply. Foods that used to be good sources of magnesium may now contain much less than they did 50 years ago. Certain health conditions that become more common with age, such as diabetes and digestive disorders, can also interfere with magnesium absorption and retention. Now, let's talk about the best food sources of magnesium. While supplements can be helpful, getting magnesium from food is always the preferred approach when possible. Pumpkin seeds are one of the richest sources of magnesium available. Just 1 ounce of pumpkin seeds contains about 150 milligrams of magnesium, which is roughly 40% of the recommended daily intake for most adults. Dark chocolate with 85% cacao or higher is not only delicious, but also rich in magnesium. 1 ounce provides about 64 milligrams of magnesium. This gives you a great excuse to enjoy some high-quality dark chocolate guilt-free. Leafy green vegetables like spinach are excellent sources of magnesium. 1 cup of cooked spinach provides about 157 milligrams of magnesium. Other leafy greens like Swiss chard and kale are also good options. Almonds and other nuts are convenient, portable sources of magnesium. 1 ounce of almonds provides about 80 milligrams of magnesium, plus healthy fats and protein. Avocados are another excellent source, with 1 medium avocado providing about 58 milligrams of magnesium, along with healthy monounsaturated fats and fiber. Black beans and other legumes are great sources of magnesium. 1 cup of cooked black beans provides about 120 milligrams of magnesium, plus protein and fiber. Whole grains like quinoa and brown rice also contain magnesium, though in smaller amounts than some of the other foods mentioned. If you decide to take a magnesium supplement, it's important to choose the right form and dosage. Not all magnesium supplements are created equal, and different forms are better for different purposes. The recommended daily intake for magnesium is typically between 300 and 400 milligrams per day for most adults. However, it's important to start with a lower dose and gradually increase, as too much magnesium at once can cause digestive upset. Magnesium glycinate is one of the best absorbed forms and is particularly good for those who want to improve sleep quality and reduce anxiety. This form is gentle on the stomach and less likely to cause digestive issues. Magnesium citrate is another well-absorbed form that's particularly helpful for those dealing with constipation. However, it can have a laxative effect, so it's important to start with a small dose. Magnesium threonate is a newer form that's specifically designed to cross the blood-brain barrier more effectively. This makes it particularly useful for cognitive function and memory support. Magnesium oxide is commonly found in many supplements, but it's not as well absorbed as other forms and is more likely to cause digestive upset. When taking magnesium supplements, it's best to take them with food to improve absorption and reduce the risk of stomach upset. It's also important to space out your doses throughout the day rather than taking a large amount all at once. Let me share a real case that illustrates the dramatic impact that addressing magnesium deficiency can have. John was a 66-year-old retired teacher who came to see me complaining of restless legs and poor sleep quality. He told me he hadn't had a good night's sleep in months. His legs would feel jumpy and uncomfortable, especially at night, making it impossible to fall asleep. Even when he did manage to fall asleep, he would wake up multiple times throughout the night. John had been to several doctors, and they had ruled out serious conditions, but no one had suggested checking his magnesium levels. When we tested his blood, we found that his magnesium levels were indeed low, though not quite in the severely deficient range. I recommended that John start taking magnesium glycinate, beginning with 200 milligrams about an hour before bedtime. Within just 10 days, John reported that his restless legs had dramatically improved. More importantly, he was sleeping through the night for the first time in months. But the improvements didn't stop there. After a few weeks of consistent magnesium supplementation, John noticed that his energy levels during the day had improved significantly. He felt motivated to get back to activities he had given up, like gardening and taking long walks with his wife. His mood improved, and he felt more like his old self again. This case illustrates something I see regularly in my practice. When people address magnesium deficiency, they often experience improvements that go far beyond what they initially expected. It's not uncommon for people to report better sleep, more energy, improved mood, fewer muscle cramps, and even better cognitive function. However, it's important to approach magnesium supplementation carefully. While magnesium is generally very safe, there are some important precautions to be aware of. If you have kidney disease or severe kidney problems, you should always consult with your doctor before taking magnesium supplements. When the kidneys aren't functioning properly, they may not be able to eliminate excess magnesium efficiently, which could potentially lead to dangerous levels in the blood. People taking certain medications should also be cautious. Magnesium can interact with some antibiotics, making them less effective. It can also enhance the effects of blood pressure medications, which could potentially cause blood pressure to drop too low. Taking too much magnesium can cause digestive symptoms like diarrhea, nausea, and abdominal cramping. This is why it's important to start with a lower dose and increase gradually. In very rare cases, extremely high doses of magnesium can cause more serious symptoms like muscle weakness, difficulty breathing, and irregular heartbeat. However, this typically only occurs with very high doses, usually from supplements rather than food sources. The key is to work with a healthcare provider who understands magnesium's role in health and can help you determine the right approach for your individual situation. It's also worth noting that magnesium works best as part of a comprehensive approach to health. While addressing magnesium deficiency can make a dramatic difference, it's most effective when combined with other healthy lifestyle practices. Getting regular exercise, managing stress, eating a balanced diet rich in whole foods, staying hydrated, and getting adequate sleep all work together to support optimal health. Magnesium supplementation can be a powerful piece of this puzzle, but it's not a magic bullet that will solve all health problems on its own. If your body feels like it's running on empty, if you're tired of feeling tired, if you're frustrated with symptoms that seem to have no explanation, checking your magnesium levels might be the missing piece you've been looking for. This one simple step could be the key to feeling like yourself again. Many people spend years dealing with symptoms like poor sleep, muscle cramps, fatigue, and brain fog, never realizing that these problems might be connected to something as simple as magnesium deficiency. They accept these symptoms as inevitable parts of aging, when in reality they might be completely preventable and treatable. The human body is remarkably resilient and has an amazing capacity for healing when given the right tools. Magnesium is one of those fundamental tools that your body needs to function optimally. When you provide your body with adequate magnesium, you're giving it the resources it needs to perform those 300 essential processes that keep you feeling healthy and energetic. Remember, fixing magnesium deficiency isn't just about addressing individual symptoms. It's about supporting your body's overall ability to function at its best. When your cells can produce energy efficiently, when your muscles can relax properly, when your nervous system can maintain balance, when your heart can beat steadily, everything works better together. The good news is that magnesium deficiency is relatively easy to address once you know about it. Whether through dietary changes, supplementation, or a combination of both, most people can improve their magnesium status and start feeling better within a matter of weeks. If you're experiencing any of the symptoms I've described today, I encourage you to talk to your healthcare provider about checking your magnesium levels. Even if your blood test comes back in the normal range, remember that normal doesn't necessarily mean optimal, and many people feel better with magnesium levels in the higher end of the normal range. Don't let another day go by feeling less than your best when the solution might be as simple as addressing one missing mineral. Your body has been trying to tell you something through those symptoms you've been experiencing. Listen to what it's saying and give it the magnesium it needs to thrive. Magnesium truly is the master mineral, and restoring optimal levels could be the key to unlocking better health, more energy, and a greater sense of well-being. Take that first step today and discover what it feels like to have your body running on all cylinders again.